Good. Well, I guess it's still morning. So good morning. Yeah, see, I got my seat covers on. Mimi helped me get them on the other day. Um, it took us a minute to figure them out, but he helped me get them on. So I am actually just sitting in the park. Just finished some Burger King. I don't even eat Burger King or McDonald's, but my sister was hungry, and I didn't want to go to the house um, and grab no lunch. So I just grabbed some lunch from Burger King, and I'm sitting out here at the park. I am technically at work. I am about to, oh, my seat cover is coming off. That, see, right there. Anyways, I am about to walk down through this park to see if I see any people um, that could use my services. So, um, I just wanted to come on real quick while I'm sitting here before I actually pull off and just chat for a little bit. Um, yeah, not really much going on. Just wanted to chat for a second while I got the time. That was tasty. I should have got a bigger one. Um, why I got the time before I head down the hill. I got a bag in my trunk that I think I'm going to carry with me. I'm not going to carry my book bag. I'm going to take some of my business cards down. I'm not going to carry my book bag. I'm going to just carry the bag that I have a few little snacks and different little stuff like that, just in case I see someone down there, and I'll take my business card and one of my flyers down. So if they need to get in touch with me, they can get in touch with me with my business cards. And then I think I got a flyer in my bag in there, in the back. So that's what I'm gonna do. But I wanted to come on quickly before I actually head down there. That book bag is heavy because those of you that may know, and I'm not sure how many of you have saw our videos that have not subscribed or whatever, but Mimi, who is my husband, is on dialysis. He is in kidney failure. His kidney function is only, when he went on dialysis, it was at 18% or 15% or something like that. And that was about 5 years ago. Yeah, about 5 years ago, so almost 6 years ago. So in that time, we have been doing a lot of prepping and tests and all that, trying to get him placed on the kidney list. We've done this process 3 times now. He went through all the paperwork and stuff, and the first time he went through the process, what was the first time? Okay, the first time we went through the process, somehow he got lost in the system and they never got back with us. The second time he went through the process, they found fluid around his heart, and he had to have a drain tube that I had to be trained how to drain the tube. I mean, I'm in the medical field, so it really doesn't bother me to do any of this, but I had to drain the fluid off of his heart once a day Did it start off once a day? Yeah, it started off where I had to drain the fluid off his heart once a day. They shipped all the supplies and stuff, and then it went down to every other day, and then it went down to once or twice a week. Then it went to once a week, and then the fluid was completely gone. So from the first time he got lost in the system, the second time he did the workup for the transplant, he had fluid on his heart. That's been gone about a year now. And then look, my water in the office. So that's been gone about a year now. And then we just went in February, I want to say. I'm trying to think, when did we just go last time? February, March or April? Nope. Maybe March or April. To do the workup again. No, you know what? He went back in like December. And what they found in December was that there was during the workup the second time, they looked at his heart. Was this the second time? No. The first time, the second. The third time, which this is all the third time, his heart looked bigger than what it was. So they had to get another test. I mean, his heart looked bigger than the image of the last one. So he had to get another test done to make sure that the image wasn't, and I think that was back in, when did I start working here? May. So that was back in May. To make sure that it wasn't the image. I mean, to make sure that it was not his heart bigger, but it, you know what I'm saying, to rule out that it was something faulty with the image. So he went and got the heart scan. He ended up getting a CAT scan, whatever the scan is that they scan your whole heart. I know he ended up getting the EEG or whatever, the EKG or whatever it is, echocardiogram. So when the results of that came back, the good thing is that the measurements of it looking bigger actually weren't. So it had to be something with the image. His heart is actually smaller than what the image that they had. So that was a good thing. So then he finished going through the process of getting his workup, and they said he needed to do a lung function test. And when he did that test, they saw some spots on his lungs. So then we had to go, and they had to do a CAT scan of the image of his lungs. And come to find out, it is the exact same size as it was the last time. Nothing's grown, there's no more spots. That spot's not bigger. That spot's not darker. It's just a spot. So they said they're not really worried about it because his blood work is all coming back fine. So they're not really worried about the spots. The spots probably will come and go. So he did that. He ended up having to see, that was the pulmonologist. He did the test and all that on the treadmill and all the lung functions and everything. So we've been waiting to hear back from them. We were waiting to hear back from them. He heard back from them about a month ago, and all his tests were cleared. But because he was smoking milds, they couldn't put him on the list. They told him they will call him back in a month to stop smoking, and then they could put him on the list. Well, he quit smoking that exact same day. He was not smoking anymore. He called his brother over and had his brother to come get. He had just bought like 2 packs of Miles or whatever, Black and Miles, and he told his brother to come get him. He quit that day. The transplant people, and then he called them like last week, I think it was, and told them that he had stopped smoking that exact day that they called. And she said she will call us back, or she would send us an email and let us know what's going on. So while I was at work yesterday, Mimi actually got a call, and he has been put on. It's my first time actually realizing, like, breaking down. He's been put on a transplant list. It didn't even really sink in yesterday when he called me because I was at work. But he's been put on a transplant list. We've been waiting for this for the last 5 years, for him to actually get put on the transplant list. Like, back and forth to the doctor's appointments and in and out of the hospital and all these different tests and stuff. But as of yesterday, he's been put on the transplant list. And they said his process probably will go fast because it's been 5 years. And the way that the transplants work is you go on there from your date starts. Napkins. Your date starts the day that you end up going on, like, starting treatment. So the day that you end up going on dialysis, or the day that you started, like, your kidney function was under 20. When they did that test and your kidney function was under 20, that's when your dates start. So technically, yes, he just got put on the list as of probably the beginning of the week, but he's already been on the list for 5 years according to the transplant team. And the average wait for a kidney is 3 to 5 years, and he's already been on there 5 years, almost 6 years from his date. So hold on, let me get myself together. Okay, it hasn't even really been that long, but I wanted to go ahead and get through this story so I can walk this trail or whatever. So yeah, technically he's been on the transplant for 5 years. They said his process could go pretty fast because, like I said, he's been on there 5 years. So now the thing is, we need to really sit and start planning stuff. We need to come up with some kind of, like, prepared system. So because if he gets a call at any time, he has to be at the hospital probably within, I think they said within an hour. I have to actually look at the book. I think it's within an hour, or have to have called them back within an hour to head up to the hospital. The hospital is 45 minutes away from us, so we have to come up with a prepared system for when we get the call. So the thing is, thing is, we have to come up with some kind of plan. We already, since we've been going through the kidney transplant whole process, we already keep our cars on full. That's just a given, because they can call us at any time and we don't want to have to stop for gas. So that's just a given. We keep our cars on full. I think what I am going to do, hold on, I gotta clean my glasses. What I am going to do is, I have like a prepaid, I think it's a Visa, and what I'm going to start doing is every one of my paydays or whatever, I'm probably going to start transferring some money onto that card. So it's away from our accounts. It's just out of the way. And that will be the money that we would use for parking and food and hotel stay. Well, the hotel, his insurance will pay for me to stay at the hotel that is right by the hospital, because he's probably going to end up being in there probably about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And then even then, once he come home, he's going to have to be at home with somebody. So I'm probably going to end up having to take a leave of absence. I mean, it is what it is. I'll take a leave of absence. I can, while I'm off and home with him, I can take a few hours away or an hour away and have someone else come sit with him and go do Lyft or Grubhub or whatever I have to do, and have a home health aide or whatever come in while I'm gone to work for those 5 hours or whatever. But you know what I'm saying, he will be fine. He'll be taken care of. I don't have to be at work till 9. So if I can have somebody come in there from 9 to 2 o'clock to be there with him if he needs anything while he's home, then, I mean, but now is the time for us to start planning all that kind of stuff. Like, if we get the call, how are we going to get there? Or is he just going to go there from wherever he's at? So we have to have a plan like that. Like, if we're not together, what is going to be our plan? So we have to sit and come up with that kind of stuff. I also need to start getting the kids prepared, because Michi is probably going to end up being the one home with the kids and getting up with them and taking them to school. I mean, taking them to the bus stop and stuff like that for that time while I'm up there. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have to start planning that stuff. But it's 11:30. I need to go ahead and walk this park. I'm going to start like a little mini series of these videos, so you guys can actually definitely follow our journey into this kidney transplant. Like, we are literally on the list for a kidney transplant, and I'm going to start probably doing often videos about the process and what plans we've had and what we've come up with. And so, yeah, so please like and subscribe for further videos. I am definitely going to start focusing on transplant, because I've been looking for videos myself and can't really find them. So, all right, so I'm gonna get off of here. I got my work phone, keys, roll my windows up. I am going to hit this trail with my bag, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for all your support. Keep us in your prayers, and always be blessed. I'll see you guys next time.